We're dealing with genetics, biology, etc. So it is a scientific fact that if you are not of African descent, you are only 93% human being, 7% Neanderthal. That goes for Asians and Caucasians, okay? And their forefathers being Dravidians. And so that being said, you have African descent. You can call it human. We ain't gonna say African, we're gonna say human. So whether you call yourself Aboriginal, you was in America, you was in South America, you was in Africa, wherever you think you was at, you are a human. If you are not somebody of that mitochondrial Eve gene descent, you are not a human. You are a Neanderthal. Neanderthal being primitive, being monkey. And you were created from genetic engineering, aka gene splicing. And I'm going to break down the science now. And so that being said, once again, this is genetic facts. This is not about racism. This is not about none of the ego trip shit y'all want to be on. This is called the truth that was never told to you. And so with that being said, when we talking about being Rh positive, first of all, we have to understand, what is Rh positive? Rh means rhesus monkey blood. There's an actual monkey called rhesus monkey. A real freaking monkey. And when you go into science, you'll see that Caucasians share 98% of their DNA with monkeys. So we have to ask ourselves, where did the compatibility become genetically for a monkey to sexually reproduce with a human? There never was one. And so before I give y'all the science, I got to get y'all to understand, because this is where the evolution theory comes from. Because this is why they say that they evolved from monkeys. In 1883, when Charles Darwin and his cousin Francis Galton, who were both Masons, came up with this bullshit lie. And so what they did with the evolution theory lie was they created that lie in order to give them an excuse for why they have, monkey blood and monkey genes in their DNA. Because it would be easy for them to say they evolved from a monkey versus to say that they were experimented on and created by extraterrestrials, which is a fact. So with that being said, the evolution theory was used to create a pseudoscientific excuse of why a race of people have monkey genes, okay? And then it was also used to back up the racist actions and propaganda against black people at that same time, deeming them 3/5 of a man. So the evolution theory was giving white people a pseudoscientific comfortability of their existence so that they don't have to be seen as genetically created creatures by a higher source of intelligence. And then for two, it was acting as a scientific excuse for the racism that was being expressed on black people, seeing that, oh, you evolved from a monkey and you're only 3/5 of a man. Because according to the evolution theory, all this bullshit happened. Big Bang Theory happened on accident. Somehow bacteria turned into beings that came out of the water after millions and thousands of years of evolution. And then those beings turned into goddamn monkeys somehow. And then the monkey turned into an African or a black person who doesn't have any Neanderthal genes, and then downgraded into a white person who has Neanderthal genes. So according to the evolution theory, there's what is called natural selection. So what they're saying is monkeys turned into black people, and then black people went to where it was cold and turned into white people. But white people technically never came from the animal, and white people are basically God's chosen people because they're the newest form of human according to natural selection. So that's what the whole point of the evolution theory is, plus more. Like I said, if anybody out there, you college, university, you anybody that think you about that life, or you're Caucasian and you're watching this and you have some intellectual background, you can debate me and I'll destroy you. So with that being said, continuing on with the science, boom, they create the evolution theory to create a racist righteous cause, a so-called righteous cause behind their racism to justify why they were treating black people like animals. And then for two, they created to hide their true genetic origins, which they still hide to this day. And so let's break this down, right? Rhesus monkey blood. When you're Rh positive, that means you have it. So that's like if you go get tested for HIV and they say you're negative, you don't have it. If you're positive, you do have it. Same thing with Rh positive. Now what y'all gotta understand is, like I explained in my video blood types, go watch it, the A and B antigens, right? An antigen is a